Hello, loved ones, and welcome to Any Percent, the only podcast featuring a scheduling conflict with the second coming of Christ. My name is Evan Sampson. I am joined by my two lovely co-hosts, Cody Mosley.
What's up, guys?
And Casper Karen.
How's it going?
And with the three-peat, we have Joe Patnode coming through. Back to back for the hat trick. Yeah. No.
I'm never leaving.
Yeah. We're stuck with him, but it's okay. We like Joe. This is the 13th episode of
Sounds
80%.
right.
Yeah,
I believe.
so.
I'm 99% sure it's the 13th episode. We are playing Loop Hero, but before we dig in, got to check in with my fellas. So let's throw it to Joe. We haven't thrown it to Joe first, I don't think, when he's been a guest.
Okay.
So, Joe,
Okay.
what's up, dude? What you been doing? What you been gaming on?
I've been hardcore on the simulators recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been playing a lot of the truck driving simulators. That's been a ton of fun. And I've also been getting into the first person video drone racing stuff. I bought a bunch of parts to build one of those drones.
Oh, in real life? I thought there was a video game for that.
Real life.
Well, so they have an amazing simulator for them called Liftoff. It's on Steam for like $20, and if you have an RC radio like controller thing like this, then you can fly drones in that simulator just on your computer.
Oh.
So it's a great way for
I
me to
see.
practice before I get the real stuff.
that's crazy.
And hopefully don't break the real stuff.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
physics, I'm assuming, are like actually like super
I assume
realistic.
so.
Yeah.
It seems to be. It doesn't do well with stuff on the ground, like that kind of collision detection stuff, but everything in the air is perfect so far. So
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa. What kind of truck driving sims? Like, are you like how arcadey are we getting? Or are we just like, we're just like on like a 14-hour trip across the Nevada desert, like chewing on a hamburger? Like, what are we doing?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a little into it, I'd say. What's the word for that? I'm definitely getting into it, getting into character.
Yeah, you're role playing.
Hong
Pretending
Kong.
I'm specifically playing like Euro Truck Simulator, so I'll pretend to be like a fucking Frenchman delivering bagels or something to Belgium, or I'm some Soviet Russian like driving through the windy roads in the Ural Mountains or something like that. Like, it's a good time.
Have you ever played what's that one? Spin Tires.
No.
That's
No.
that's like
like a mudding one.
a
right?
mudding
Yeah.
sim. Yeah, you're driving
Oh,
driving
cool,
trucks
cool.
through the Russian.
Hey, you're dressed for that one. We
Yeah.
should-
I'm in my mudding clothes. Gonna go mudding, boys. But yeah, that's cool. Cody, how about you next? What are you playing?
Man, haven't been playing much. I've been
Fake gamer.
just my classics, you know what I mean? Just on Valorant. That's about it. Yeah, pretty boring. Been watching a lot of stuff, but
Nice. What have you been watching?
I stopped myself short because it's a little embarrassing.
Lay it
What
on
is
us.
Is it an anime?
I don't know
Nothing
why,
more
but,
embarrassing than anime. So I hope not.
Last night, Riley and I watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid 1 and Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2.
Hey,
Nice.
that's
I
a movie to watch.
yeah, those definitely
I
are
don't know
movies.
why. We were just scrolling through Disney and we're just like, you know what? Let's like just drink, have a couple drinks,
Yeah.
watch Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So yeah.
I mean, I can't judge you. Like a couple of weeks ago, I watched Max Keeble's Big Move, which I don't know if you guys remember that movie, but
Max
It's-
Keebler's big move.
Tony Hawk is in it for like a sequence.
Dude, that's sick.
Who's the bad guy? It's not Jamie Foxx. It's that other Jamie, the other one from like the early 2000s, Jamie Kennedy. That
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like an evil ice cream man. And Max Keeble is like gonna move, so he goes crazy and he gets in all kinds of trouble. And then, SpaghettiOs, plan change, we're not moving, and he has to like, I don't know, it's such a dumb movie. I think it's a Disney Channel original. So anyway,
Dude,
yeah, there's
that's-
something comforting about watching some of that stuff, you know.
Yeah, you just, I don't know if you guys have read the books, but
I did
man,
not read
they
the
were,
books.
They were big for me, man,
Changed your life.
Changed my life, yeah. Besides that, just like, oh, actually, so I have been reading. So I found out if anyone who has an Amazon Prime, right, you can download, if you're interested in comics at all, the app called Comixology. It's got like an X, it's kind of dumb, but they recently got purchased by Amazon. Amazon scooping up all these companies. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your account, and then you can just get like a bunch of free comics. So I've been reading Invincible, which is an image comic series. Robert Kirkman, creator of The Walking Dead. So
There's
because I've been
a
wanting
TV show
to
for that, right?
Right. So Amazon has the show. They have the rights to the show. So there's like a cartoon animated version of adaptation of the comic series. So, but I don't want like the show to spoil the comics.
Right.
So I'm trying to get way ahead in the comics. That way I am all set for at least like the first season of the show.
Right.
But yeah,
Nice.
that's what I've been up to.
Sponsored
Bunch
by
of good
Amazon.
stuff.
Yeah, sponsored by
right.
Amazon.
All right, Casper, what's up, dog?
Oh, okay. So last week I was talking about how I'm trying to like get every TV in the house to be able to stream. Steam Link.
Yeah.
Well, a couple years ago, my dad used to have like a big asteroids, like the original asteroids machine,
Hell yeah.
which is really cool. But he ended up deciding to get rid of it, and I got him a Raspberry Pi, and I installed
Oh, nice.
what's it called?
RetroPie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got Astro,
sick.
like all the old arcade games and
Nice.
all that stuff. But I found out RetroPie has a Steam Link beta thing built into it.
Oh.
So without having to buy
What?
anything new, I just installed that onto RetroPie, and now the living room TV works with Steam
like
Link.
Steam Link. Yeah. How does that?
Yeah.
Does it like? Do you feel
Wow.
like
I'm
it's
gonna
pretty
have to do this.
responsive?
It works
That's
really well. I
cool.
got my I have a couple of old Xbox 360 controllers with like that Microsoft dongle for it.
Right. Yeah.
And it works really well. I'm kind of surprised how well it works. I have like the Raspberry Pi 4, which is like the latest one.
Mhm.
So that's probably why it works.
Wait, so sorry, I'm a little slow. So wait, so I understand Raspberry Pi, I understand what's going on here, but why do you need the Steam Link?
He
Is that
doesn't
just so you can
need
play
it.
it remotely?
Yeah, just so I can
You know
play.
what I mean?
I'm just trying to set
Okay.
up like a Steam Link everywhere in the house, and this just makes it easier because I don't have to get a whole new whatever for it. You know?
Any
Oh,
kind
I
of
see what you're
box.
saying. I see what
yeah.
you're saying.
Steam
Yeah.
Link or
Gotcha. Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it works just like the Steam Link. Can you even use that Steam Link controller?
I don't have the Steam controller.
Nor do I
Okay.
think they produce it anymore.
No,
I
they
think it
stopped.
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it for one thing. I like to put Civilization on my TV, and I like to use that controller to play Civ.
Because it's
That's
like
it.
because it's got like a trackpad on it, basically.
Yeah, the two
Oh, I
trackpads
see,
to move
right.
around. It just makes it. It makes it a lot easier to play on the TV. That's really it.
It's a crazy idea for a controller, man.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Oh, it's
yeah.
lunacy.
Yeah, they were like, we're really gonna nail like bringing
Yeah,
computer
they're
games
like,
to
we're
your
gonna
couch.
change the
Like,
industry.
Yeah.
no,
But on
we're
both
not
of them,
there
that's
yet.
what's crazy about it. It's
I
just
do
like,
wish I bought it though because it does look cool.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
bet you
have
could
it,
find one
yeah.
on like
Yeah.
Craigslist if you looked. Maybe.
Probably.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Other than that, I haven't been doing much. Oh, I played a game called Death's Gambit, which is like a 2D heavily inspired Dark Souls clone.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just super. Everything is just Dark Souls reference pretty much. It's also an Adult Swim produced game.
I'm
always
like I'm gonna look it up really quick.
I'm always
I feel like I've
surprised.
heard
they've
of
been
it.
on the come up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always surprised when I see it in an Adult Swim game because it just doesn't sound like a. I don't know.
Oh my god,
I don't
you're
picture
so
Adult
right,
Swim
dude.
games.
This
Well,
is like very Dark Soulsy.
Oh yeah,
Like-
it's super. Everything about it. Everyone's immortal. Like they just keep coming
Mhm.
back, and like when you beat the game, you have to pretty much stop everyone from being immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like
That's cool.
yeah, it was actually a pretty good game, but it was definitely they even have like a bunch of Dark Souls references to it. So
Like, is there campfires and stuff still? And
it was super weird though because there's one point in the game where you go underground and it's just like all techno. Like there's just like laser guns and stuff all of a sudden. Like it went straight from medieval to laser guns.
Wow.
But yeah, it was fun.
I like. The
I don't
sound
think
of
I've
this.
ever played anything published by Adult Swim. I've
there's that one with
well,
the cat.
I used to play. What's the mobile game? Rainbow Unicorn Attack. That was Adult Swim, but I guess
yeah.
that barely counts.
Jazz Punk. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that one.
Oh, is that by them, or did they publish that?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I like jazz punk. I haven't finished it or like played a ton of it, but I thought it was neat.
Yeah, it's a cool game.
Rain World. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
big
by
one.
them or published by them, which I want to check out too.
I think Duck Games is as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is it?
You very well may be
believe
mistaken
so.
because I didn't see that on the list.
Published by.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they make games. They just publish them.
Yeah.
Headlander published.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yes, Headlander, which is on our list of potential
Oh,
games. someday.
Headlander is published by them too.
Yeah.
Dude, Headlander's pretty dope.
I don't know anything about it, but you
I
guys
got the
like it,
game.
I think.
I haven't played it though. Huh? Yeah.
Double
the-
Fine, Evan, if that
Mm.
piques your interest.
yeah, Adult Swim is a surprising indie publisher.
Yeah. Few people know.
Oh wow.
What have I been playing? Is it weird that I always ask that to myself out loud before I start talking? I think it's weird, but I'm the host. I have to talk to myself a little bit.
Yeah, just make it normal.
Yeah. Normalize asking yourself the tough questions, like
Yeah.
What
yeah,
games do I
normalize
play?
talking to yourself.
I finished Yakuza 7, which I talked about in the
Wow,
last
finished it.
episode. It was fucking awesome. I mean,
How many
I
hours
went
total?
into a lot of discussion in the last episode about like what I liked about it and stuff, so I won't say again, but it was good. It was worth the time. It took me like 52 or maybe 50 on the
Okay.
dot hours to get to the end with a couple side things I skipped over.
Are you gonna go back and like clean
Yeah,
those up?
but
or-
I was like, when I saw the credits, I was just like, fucking finally, kind of. I was just like over
Yeah.
it. I'm not like I said on the last episode, I'm not a big fan of like 40 plus hour games. I just never
Yeah.
get it done, you know? So I finished that. I got a sunburn today. I'm in my overalls. Spring has sprung in the northeastern United States, so we are gonna it's probably gonna be a lot of outside stuff for a while. I feel like I've been mostly indoors since we've done this podcast, right? Like we started doing it in like October of 2020.
right.
So like this summer,
You're
I
coming
wonder
out
how
of your
much
shell.
time I'll be able to game when I'm just trying to like get outside and get that vitamin D back up, you know? But obviously playing the game for the show, and then I got this new monitor last week or earlier this week, and it's a 2K monitor, which I'm pretty excited about. It was kind of like the bottleneck of my system was that I wasn't outputting I had a 1920 by 1080 monitor, so nothing fancy. So I wanted to try this out. It's got HDR, so I got back into playing Forza Horizon 4, which that game looks great. And
Oh, that must look
it looks
beautiful on
so
the
pretty.
monitor.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it looks so pretty, and that game is just like, it's just total fantasy fulfillment. Like you're just like, I drive cool cars now, and like I don't know, it's really fun. I like it a lot.
Do you have pedals in
That's
in
what I was
the
gonna
wheel?
say.
I
Next
do.
episode, you're gonna have pedals and stuff.
No, I do. I bought when I was really into it. I bought it, and then I was like, "This is fucking super hard. Like it's like way harder than using a controller." And then I said, "I'll when I play next time, I'll like practice." And then that was like the last time I played for like 5 months. And I didn't want to pull it out the other day just to try out my monitor, so I've been playing it with the controller. It's just
Yeah, I was gonna
collecting dust.
ask, Ev, is your monitor 144 hertz as well?
It is, yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
nice.
And it
man,
has
you pulled out all the
G-Sync.
stops for this
How big
guy.
is it?
It is a 27-inch monitor, which is the same size as my old monitor. Video watchers of the show will notice that my angle has changed, and that is because the screen has less plastic around it. So if I were to put
The
my
bezels.
webcam on top of it, it would take some of that precious 4K or 2K real estate. So I unfortunately do not want to do that. So now you can see a different part of my room, which is very bare. But I ordered some cool flags from a record label I like, and they just haven't shipped them to me yet. But there'll be stuff back there eventually.
What is that hanging right there?
Around, you can't see it, but it goes from in front of me, and that's where it ends. That is just a bunch of lanyards I've collected.
Oh,
Mostly gaming ones. I think they're all gaming ones. I think I specifically left out the ones that were not gaming related. Yep. Yeah. Or no. I've got the one from the hackathon I did in college, and that's the only one that's not
Cool.
related to games.
That's cool.
Did you get most
Yeah,
of those
that's
from
really
PAX?
PAX. I used to go to this thing that they don't do anymore called PlayStation Experience, where at E3 you would go to the theater and watch the PlayStation press conference in a theater.
Yeah.
Super cool, and I wish they still did it. Obviously can't do it this year or
Right.
whatever, you know. And E3's never coming back. So,
Yeah.
you know, but it was really cool. And so I've got like 3 badges from, or lanyards from that. Mostly PAX. I went to E3 once, and I
Cool.
have a lanyard from that. And then, PAX.
Dude,
that,
my
and then-
first PAX, man, I had like 80 lanyards at a time. I was like a nut job. Like I was just hunting for lanyards. I don't know why. I was just
I've never been a big
into it.
swag hunter at PAX. I
Dude,
I
I'm
walk
a-
in, I'm like, I'll get what I get, but step one, the only thing I hunt for is like a drawstring bag. You know, and I have like 6 from like SNHU that I have collected over the
SNHU, yes.
years, or like DigiPen.
Is it good stuff they give out at PAX, or is it mostly like cheap shit?
mostly cheap shit.
buttons, pins, lanyards.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy
Yeah.
something, you definitely want to be like able to carry it around while
Yeah.
all.
Joe,
while
it's like
you're
it's like
looking
the
around.
cyber comps. I just go around like
yeah.
talking to people. They're
Collect
trying
everything.
to. It's like all useless shit. It's just like sitting in a bag somewhere. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Casper, have you ever been to a gaming convention?
No, I want to eventually, but
Okay, because I was gonna say I've never been to a PAX or anything
Dude.
like that.
yeah.
Uh,
I always hear
I
they're
think
fun.
It is fun. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
awesome. You
you
guys
gotta
gotta
go
go.
with people though.
Right.
We'll do an
Right,
episode. We'll
right.
convince
Live from PAX.
live from PAX. Yeah,
Live from PAX, you'll get a panel at
yeah,
PAX.
yeah. They
That'd be
when I
crazy.
went, so last time I went was like 2 or 3 years ago, and they had like these like computers just set up, and you would sign up for a time, and you would like it was for streamers, like it was like set up by Twitch, and you would like stream whatever from PAX.
That's pretty. We could
So
just
we'll just like
hop
get
on,
that
dude.
kind of. We'll be like, oh yeah, we're gonna stream Fortnite. Kids like Fortnite, and then you know, wink, wink, and then we'll do a live stream from PAX, just our show.
Talk about it. That'd be cool.
Dang.
That'd be fun.
So what do you guys say? Shall we get into it? Shall we dive in? All
get
right,
into
fellas, listeners, episode 13, Loop Hero. Loop Hero is a idle RPG deck builder roguelike tower defense kind of game. A little bit of that. Yeah, that's the little sprinkle on top is maybe tower defense, maybe. Who's to say? It just came out. It is exactly a month old as of the date of this recording. It was released on March 4th,
Oh, wow.
2021. Happy 1 month anniversary, Loop Hero. It was developed by the Four Quarters team and published by Devolver Digital. As we said, I think on the last episode, those guys just don't miss. Like they you know, bangers
crazy.
only.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think I can't think of a better way to describe it other than all those nouns I just used.
It's not. Can you think if
It's got a dark
if you were to
fantasy
put it in
setting.
one genre?
I'll add that.
What would you put it in?
Yeah, what's it most like?
It's a hard one. It is for me. It's a very 50-50 split, or like it's hard to decide between deck builder and RPG. I think the idle description is it is like technically idle, but I don't feel like when people think of idle, I think they think you can walk away. You really can't walk away while you're playing this game. So
Yeah.
it's a hard one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with deck builder.
Okay.
What about you guys?
I don't know. It's
Yeah, okay. This is
I gave you the hard
Sophie's
question. I was
choice.
hoping you'd have a solid answer.
Well, so when you're saying tower defense, I guess like to me when I think of tower defense, I mean first thing that comes up is Bloons Tower Defense, which is just
Yeah.
so good.
You guys should do an episode on that game.
Bloons
Yeah.
Tower
We
Defense.
should just do like an episode
Yeah.
on Flash games in general.
Oh, like a
Actually,
flash
that's a
game,
good
like
idea.
Megathon. But yeah, so like when I think of tower defense, I think of. So I guess is that where you're coming from, Evan? Where like you're taking the card and you're placing it on the
Well,
map.
tower
but
defense games
nothing's,
always
like-
have like a path and things happen along the path, and
Yeah.
then you
It just
put
looks
stuff.
like a tower defense
Right,
game.
it looks
Right.
very much like a tower defense game. And there's,
Yeah,
I guess
that's-
there's
it's
kind
that
of
mechanic and
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah. There's a
No, I was
couple
gonna s-
mechanics that are tower defense, like literally tower defense, like the what's the one, the Storm Temple that like will just zap. Like that's very tower defense.
Right.
like there's no way they have never played a tower defense game before, you know, the developers. So
Yeah.
the
developers. What
yes.
were their names again? They were
The four quarters team.
Four Quarters.
Yeah, that's the name of the developer.
Oh, okay. What else have they done?
This
might be their first.
I think nope, they've done one other game a couple years ago called Please Don't Touch Anything, which I've never heard of.
Never heard of either. But
Has a similar pixelated art style,
Okay.
but it looks like it's a game about not pressing a button. I have no idea. This looks fascinating, actually. Now I'm kind of curious. I might, if it's $5, I might check it out. Anyway, so all right, let's go around and say just our general thoughts on the thing. Description over. Now it's time to just ruminate on your experience with the game. So, Joe, you are our guest. I'm making you go first again.
Okay.
So what do you think? How much did you play? And you know, what's your overall vibe with this game?
So to start with the vibe, I like the game.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, but I haven't played a ton of it.
Okay.
Is the way I'll say it. And I think I don't know if it's like the RPG elements or something like that. Like I just have no interest in like the base building side of it. I just really enjoyed the loop. And I really enjoy the guy going around and putting down things to make sure and like trying to get the timing right so that certain things will be spawning together and mixing and matching things so that, oh, this is like my little corner for the skeletons or something like that, right? I enjoy that process. And so I literally will just like loop forever and then die to the boss because I wasn't ready for him or something like that. Because I haven't even seen the boss on Act 2.
Oh damn!
I was just messing around so much on Act 1, I guess. I don't know, but it took me a while to finish Act 1 too. So
yeah. I think.
But I enjoyed the game. Like I want to be clear about that. Like I'm having a ton of fun.
Yeah, we get it.
with
You fucking hated it, dude. It's fine.
I guess I'm always coming on here and being so positive. Like I'm trying to be more negative towards it, I guess. But
I think you kind of hit these walls when you're playing Loop Hero. It's like, I don't think when I started playing, I was like, okay, Act 1, you're gonna go Act 2, you're gonna go Act 3, right? But you kind of just like hit this wall and you need to build something. You need to build multiple things.
You need to grind
in your camp to get past that obstacle. So like I didn't see the second boss forever too until I got whatever card. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now I can put that in my deck. Now I'm using that.
It took me a while to figure out how to play the game too.
That's true. It doesn't tell you anything.
For the longest time, I was just like a dumb monkey, like just bigger number sword. Put it in the
right.
Strategy.
You know,
kind of works, honestly.
Yeah.
It doesn't really tell you much.
It gets you,
no, it's
gets you
very
so far.
obtuse. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But,
sorry, my overalls were radding up. Sorry. my farmer slacks. Okay, so Casper, I think I know what you're gonna say. But
I was gonna try and go light and like, I didn't like it, but it's a good game. But honestly, I don't even think it's a good game. I'm thinking about it more. I just don't think I like the game at all.
Okay.
There's a lot to it. Because I'm trying to through this whole week, I'm trying to figure out why don't I like this game? Usually, I like RPGs, I like roguelikes, I like tower defense. I like all of these different stuff. But when they mash them all together, for some reason, it just didn't click in my brain, and I just really got annoyed playing it. I don't know if it's just too much, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But because an idle clicker or whatever it would be, it's more idle, but you have to pay attention to it. But it took too long, for me at least, to go around on the loops. And even 2 times speed I felt like wasn't enough. Like maybe it was 4 times.
I felt that way at first, yeah. I mean, I just got used to it, but yeah.
It's just, I don't know, there's a lot to it that annoyed me. I like the art to it a lot, like the pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I just kind of felt like it was a chore playing it. I just felt like everything took too long.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a statement.
That's a statement. Yeah, let's clip that. All right, so we've got It's good, but I haven't played that much of it. I played a little bit of it. I don't want to play anymore. And because it's bad. Cody, what's up? What do you think?
Yo, I think this game's the hotness.
Yeah. Okay.
This game slaps. Well, I'm actually surprised. I thought it would really click for Casper. I'm actually
also
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the thing about this game is that once you played it, and I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing. But once you played like 5 hours, then you're like, okay, cool. Now I'm flying. You know what I mean? Like now I know where to put everything. Now I know, I can very quickly glance at this item and know that it's better than that one. So I do it quickly. But I think the best thing about this game, it's what a good roguelike should do, right? And it makes you have to make a decision, right? You have to be like, okay, I'm at a fork in the road. Like, which way should I take to get me to my end goal? And this game does it like every 5 seconds. I'm less than that probably, right? Like once you get like near the end of a run, it's like, okay, there's cards here. Like everything's flying so fast. And it just itches my brain in a way that I really like. I'm just like, because you're forced to make a decision. Okay, right now you have to decide or you're not going to live. Like, where do you put this card, right?
Right.
It's like, okay, do I put one wrong place and I could, totally mess up the run? I'm going to get totally overwhelmed by spiders. You know what I mean? Like, think spiders are easy, but spiders with a vampire, not so much or whatever. You know
I hate when I see a spider with a vampire.
It
Just
sucks,
in general.
dude.
That would ruin my day.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that I don't like about it is I think the time it takes you to jump over that hurdle that I was just talking about. Because like I am on Act 3 and I'm down bad. That's what all the kids are saying, that you're down bad.
That means horny, right? Horny and sad. Like,
oh,
like
okay.
I think down bad means like horny and sad, right?
I think so too.
I'm not.
So
down
you're
bad.
sad and horny.
I'm doing not good. Because like I can't get there, but I know that it's because okay, I have to jump in Act 1 and like farm for like end game loot or whatever. That way I can build my buildings
So
better.
you're going
you know what I mean?
back to Act 1?
Yes.
Like you're...
I think that's what it wants you to do to get enough resources to progress and like, unlock.
When you go back to Act 1, do you fight the Act 1 boss again?
Yes.
Yeah. You can fight every time you fight him. You can get another like either resource like collection, like just a bunch of free resources, or the abilities. There are a bunch of abilities that are locked behind the bosses for like when you level up. So you need to fight the boss multiple times to get those.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you that, but I think I think that's what it's trying. It's telling you like, yo, like Act 3, you're not ready for Act 3. You got to grind, and that part I'm not super excited about, I guess, because I'm trying to think of like when we're playing Hades.
The grind is built right in, right? Like to the experience.
Yeah, like you feel like you're making more progress with each run. But in Loop Hero, because you make those like one wrong mistake or whatever, and your run's just over and you only get to take like 20% of your resources. And like you really do, like the resources are everything, right? Like that's how you, like I've been trying to get the river card forever, but I just can't get the one resource where you need to defeat 4 enemies at once to get like one piece of it.
Dude, just go on easy mode, and then fill everything up.
Yeah, right. So I think that's what it's trying to do.
I have
It's
tons
like,
of those.
Just go to Act 1 and just like fill the entire map like Evan has done. So I'm at that point right now. So, but yeah, I like this game a lot. I think it needs to be on the Switch, which I'm sure maybe we'll talk about later.
I have changed my mind on that thing.
You don't think it would work on the Switch?
Yeah, but we could talk about it later. Or I don't think it wouldn't. I don't think it wouldn't work, but I have we'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay, wait. I was going to say where I played it. Did we say where we all played it? Because usually we start with that, right?
I think it's only available on PC.
I think it's only on PC.
Sorry, we should have said that.
I played it on my tablet because of Steam Link.
Oh, yeah.
And it worked great. I will say for tablet, it's great because...
Touchscreen?
That's,
The Steam thing, it has a bunch of customization, so pretty much it was just like a one-to-one click, and then if you do 2 fingers, it's double or right click,
Yeah.
right?
That's cool.
So it's just it was perfect for tablet. If they do,
But Switch is touchscreen, right?
Yeah, but
I
no
don't
one likes
know.
that touchscreen on Switch. It gets all
Yeah.
gross. Yeah.
I don't know if it
Yeah.
would work for console, but the developer should definitely put it on mobile.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my thought, was that tablet would work better because the touchscreen on the Switch, just I don't want to touch my touchscreen on the Switch. And the only way this game could work is if you had like a cursor system, which just
Yeah.
you know, nothing beats a mouse and a keyboard when it comes to needing to use a cursor. You know, a controller just
Yeah.
is like a sad cousin to that that scheme.
Steam controller.
They'd have to get
yeah.
clever with it. Yeah, they'd have to get clever with it because I'm trying to think of
It just really wouldn't work, I don't think.
like so Joe, I got a good question for you then. So you played Civ like 6 on the Switch, right? And
Yeah.
I haven't played Civ 6, but does it translate well onto like from PC to Switch? You know what I mean? Because I figured maybe
Like
they could do something like that
controller-wise?
where it's
It's been a long time since I've played it on
Okay.
the Switch. I don't remember how my like controller experience was.
Mhm.
I just remember it getting very hot. I guess maybe that is a statement though. Like I don't continue to play Civ 6 on the Switch. I prefer it on PC.
Yeah.
right,
So I
right.
guess that is me making a statement.
Yeah, I
Okay.
figured that. Yeah, it's like a lot of cursoring, which is just sucks with a controller. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just want to be able to click where you want to go on a screen. Like that's the
Yeah.
most obvious way to handle things. So Cody, you like the game? How much you play of it ish?
I think I'm at like 30 hours.
My man.
Yeah, 30 hours.
Full on
Just hit
addict.
30 hours today. A lot of meetings. No.
Yeah, right. What am I at? I left it on like for like a day and a half by accident. Like I left it on
Okay.
overnight, and then the next day I was like, I went to go use my computer and it was still running. I was like, oh fuck.
Damn.
Isn't it the
So I
worst when you
think there's
mess up your
like
time?
20 hours unaccounted for. So I think I'm at like, this says I've played for 40. So I think I'm at like 20
Hmm.
ish, give or take. I will say I really like this game. It scratched an itch inside my brain that I haven't had scratched in a while. Specifically the like kind of base building aspect of it, like, and the synergies of like placing tiles down, just like felt good. It gives me a shiver. I loved it. Twice I completely filled the map, even though there's no incentive to do that. You get an achievement for doing it, but
Yeah, those
Don't
pictures
need
look
to.
nuts. I don't even know where you're a hero. Like I don't even know where the
yeah,
main
you can't make
character
it
is
out.
on the
Yeah,
loop.
it's just nonsense gobbledygook at that point. But yeah, like this game just felt good for me to play. I did get burnt out though at near 20 hours. I was able to complete the second boss, and then I didn't fight the third boss, but I was playing the third round. And I had, just kind of felt like I was a little over it, or at least as far as like I felt like I was ready to talk about it for this podcast, so I decided to put it down, and that was a couple days ago. I will say, as far as the slowness thing, Casper, like just to directly respond to your comment that it moves too slow, when you get the forest tiles, throw away all your other tiles. Those are like the best because every forest is 2%, or is it? I think it's 1% for like the small one and 2% for the big one to your attack speed. And so you it just makes it so much faster. It's ridiculous.
Right. I liked the lighthouse because it would make like adjacent
Right,
tiles
make you
faster.
move faster. Yeah. That was also handy, and you'd attack faster.
Yeah.
But I think like that definitely opened the game up a lot for me. But I don't know. Yeah, so we've already kind of been talking about the mechanics, but I guess I'll try. Should we try to like explain the mechanics to our listeners? It is like
tough.
it's really tough. This game is like very singular in the way that, like Casper said, it's like a mix of all these things, and in his opinion, it doesn't work.
It's an amalgamation.
In the simplest terms, I guess I'll say this game is you walk a path, and the path is made up of tiles, and you're a hero on a path, and the path goes in a loop.
Randomly generated.
It's
of
randomly
course.
generated, and there's monsters that spawn on it. You fight the monsters, and you can adjust the difficulty and the like there's like the modifiers basically of that path by placing tiles in the world. And I think I nailed it. I think I just nailed it.
Yeah, you just kind of killed it. Well, I think an important note is that you could be like, oh, why would I ever place tiles down? You know what I'm saying? But then you'll like get outscaled real hard.
Right.
Because each loop, the monsters that spawn are going to get tougher and tougher. So it's kind of like a weird balance where you're like, I need to get stronger by defeating stronger enemies before the stronger enemies can like beat you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of like this balancing act where if you make it too hard, you're just going to get destroyed.
Yeah, it is really cool. You're like Goku. Like, you just gotta fight everybody in the right order, otherwise you're done for. You gotta skirt by, just barely survive every encounter, and you'll live forever like Goku. So yeah, I mean, mechanically, I feel like the scaling works pretty well. Like that mechanic I find pretty fun, like the balancing of it. Yeah, like what did you guys think? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, this one's a hard one. And spoiler, I don't have any notes for this one because I was like playing it so like intensely and like with all my focus. I didn't take any notes. So, I mean, okay, how about this? I got a question. Like, what did you guys think? We've kind of talked about the idleness of it a little bit and like the base buildingness of it a little bit and the card nature of it a little bit. But like, as far as it being like an RPG, that part of the description, like, I especially want to know Casper's thing because Casper's an RPG player. Like, do you feel like it scratched an itch for you at all on that RPG part of your brain?
Not really. I think that's kind of why I was annoyed because at least like JRPGs, you got like one armor set and you're not constantly changing the armor set. You're more kind of like leveling up your stats itself. But there weren't really I guess the cards were your stats in a way.
Well, you do eventually get the ability to level up, but I don't think you made it that far.
I couldn't get into it. It was too... It was, I don't know, it was like too much grinding or something, which is weird because I play JRPGs. I'm used to grinding.
Which are all about the grind. Yeah.
But something about this game, I feel like the loop or not actually being able to control the character and like playing the actual fighting parts is what annoyed me because I like those parts. I like the strategy in combat. I don't really like just like the numbers.
Yeah,
right?
It's very much about the numbers. Yeah,
numbers
the
versus
game focused more on
numbers,
that part than the actual combat, and I didn't really. That's why I liked in JRPGs. I like the combat.
Yeah, I will say, Casper, and I'm wondering how long it takes to get the ability to complete quests to level up, because those give you different traits that might make the combat more interesting,
right?
To you. So I wonder how long it takes to get to that point.
Also, the classes
you
get
unlock
way
the
more
village.
interesting.
The village, right? So
yeah.
I played, I think like 3 hours of the game, and I got some like stuff for the town.
Yeah.
But I couldn't play it. I just kept on getting bored, and like I didn't usually die because the monsters were hard. I ended up dying because as I got farther into the loop, I would just get bored and like start like my mind would just start kind of drifting off into other stuff. And then by the time I looked back, my character started dying or whatever, and I just that's how it ended.
Maybe you need to play a game and then have this on the side, and you go to this game whenever your other game is like in a loading screen or something.
Yeah.
It's like putting chess in the background.
You can play it very idly. You can set it up so that on every action it pauses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like
anytime you'd want to make a decision.
Yeah. It takes so long.
Yeah, if you were to do that like during a work day, you might get like halfway through a game over an 8-hour work day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have like 15 hours in the game right now, and that's because I've played in that kind of style. Like I've been sitting here like flying a drone on my simulator and having it on in the background, just kind of turning away.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I set him to stop on every loop. And so I go through and put all the cards down after that loop, and but
yeah, if you
like
play
feast
the
or famine
rogue,
way to
that kind
play.
of works. Doing it that way.
Definitely with the rogue. So
Right, 'cause he has
Casper,
that bag.
this RPG mechanic you didn't get to, but like there's like classes, and
Yeah, I heard about
they
that.
they have fairly different play styles. Like the knight is like just doing damage, like nothing of note, and then the rogue is like low health, high
Crit.
DPS, and he has this crazy. This is probably why I played so much of the game. His mechanic is he doesn't get items from enemies in the loop. When the loop
Yeah.
ends, he trades in these things he gets called treasures,
Trophies.
trophies, yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
And you get like a full inventory of items like at that point, and then you get to kind of pick and choose what you want to use.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And
so
it
it's
just
like
it's a rush,
two
dude.
daggers. Yeah, and it does feel super sick because it's like, so Casper, in this loop, how hard was your loop? That's how many trophies you had. Like, okay, you defeated, this many high level enemies or whatever. Then when you trade it all in, it's all legendary stuff or whatever. And it's like, yo, this is dope. Now I get to choose what I actually
Yeah, it
want. You're
definitely
not
has a
being-
better, like, I think it's better for like building a specific way than the knight classes. Like I was always building like attack speed and like vampirism and evasion, and like that was it. Or like and crit.
Yeah.
You want to crit, definitely.
Yeah, because there's crit percentage, and then there's like,
Right.
okay, if you can actually land the crit, how much damage does it do?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something I'm curious about. I'm curious as to what you two have been building. Like, what's your go? Like, do you go for vampirism? Do you go for a certain thing over another thing?
Yeah, my main-
Will you switch halfway through a loop? Like,
Yeah.
do you stick with one thing the entire time? Like,
I generally
How do you-
my
how do you
most
deal?
success was playing rogue and building like crit focused. Like so I want to like I'll take vampirism as like an evasion if I can get it. Which
Yep.
the boots always give you evasion. So but the crit stuff is like you want to increase the chance and increase the damage, and then you're just going to want to, as a tertiary thing, increase the attack speed, because the more often you hit, the more often you could potentially crit. So
Yeah.
okay.
I ended up
You see, 'cause
as
I've been
total
playing, like,
glass
defense.
cannon. Yeah, I don't think that's a
Defense.
fun or good way to play, honestly.
Yeah. I've been going like, oh, let me get a ton of vampirism, and oh, let me have like a ton of defense, and try like that route, like a big freaking tank,
Yeah.
just kind of stumbling
It's
through.
I just think it's that's pretty boring, I think, in the end. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't have as much payoff. Like when I was finishing a loop as the rogue, I was like 1 or 2 shotting the enemies on that loop.
yeah, okay.
just-
That's
That's, like,
not the
super sick.
situation.
And they couldn't even, and I wouldn't take very much damage because, I'd kill them before they could really hit me.
Right. They don't have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first time I beat boss 1, you're actually capped out at 75% evasion.
Okay.
Oh,
So I was playing like the knight, and I capped out at 75%, and this dude couldn't even touch me, dude. I was like, mind you, I wasn't doing like a ton of damage. It took me like forever, but he couldn't even touch me. So I was
Right.
like regenning health that I had lost, with the regen ability.
Mm-hmm.
So as he was not hitting me, I was getting more and more health, like 1% at a time, and then I would keep chipping away at him over and over and over again. So that was how to beat the first boss. But the second boss, I actually used the warlock. Is it
No,
the warlock?
necromancer. That's the
Necromancer.
third and
Yeah.
final class, which
I just unlocked the
So
necromancer.
I'm having a ton of fun with a necromancer. So his thing, Casper, maybe this might. I'm trying to sell Casper on this
Yeah,
game. I feel like me and
yeah.
Evan are like- But with the necromancer, his thing is that he doesn't attack. He actually spawns minions that attack for him, skeletons. And these skeletons can vary from like, there's one that looks like freaking Wolverine, dude.
yeah.
And he's like super fast, right? And then there's like one with like a big sword, who's like slower. But these guys, they kind of
ASMR
can take
4
the
hours, Cody
aggro.
describing skeletons.
Well, so like, you're trying to max out like, okay, what's the skeleton quality and what's the skeleton level?
Right.
And then you actually have a bubble shield. So if your bubble shield is like 200, health, every time you get into a battle, you will start the battle with 200, like,
Yeah, the magic
Shield
HP
health on
or
top
like
of
the
your-
bubble shield, that is like a fucking busted
Yeah,
good
it is
mechanic.
kind of busted.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I beat the second boss, I maxed out at 5 skeletons, and my attack speed, which is like your skeleton spawn rate, was super fast, and my bubble shield was just massive. So the second boss,
Just
I was able to just destroy him because my skeleton army was behind me, and I was just chilling. You know what I mean? Just chilling. So I'm having a lot of fun with I definitely think the knight is like the worst and like most boring
The
class.
most boring class. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
definitely.
So I think once you get necromancer and rogue, Casper,
It
you
does
might like
get
it,
a lot
you
more
know?
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this game is just like a sleeper, Casper. Like, it sounds like this is something you're going to enjoy eventually. But this game presents itself as like, oh, I'm just like a little indie game. I'm like 30 meg download. Like, I'm going to take you like 5 hours to play. But you got to put like 30 hours into this game to even get
I think so.
to the end,
Yeah.
let alone beat it.
Yeah.
But they don't even
Yeah.
tell you that on the outset. So I guess it's not obviously not a good thing that you have to like put this much time to get something out of it. But for some people,
Yeah.
for Evan and I and Joe,
I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I've been playing a lot of roguelikes lately that I don't like the game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's true.
Can be burnt out on the genre for sure.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be it. I just something about I've been trying to figure it out all. I think I've been trying to. I put more time trying to figure it out than actually play the game.
That's good.
But it's just so. I think the time. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a roguelike. Usually roguelikes don't take that long.
Mhm.
I mean, some do.
Yeah.
But
In terms of
most of-
like commitment per like run, is that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Because usually you can-
Definitely. These runs take like quite a while.
yeah, they
Yeah.
take a long time, and there's no saving or anything, right? Not
Yes,
really.
then that
You
is
can-
some bullshit. You can't bail in the middle of a run. I was on a
Yeah.
call with Cody
Well,
like
you-
last weekend, and I
You can like
bailed.
retreat, right? But you can't
Right,
like
but you can't if you just decide to hit quit. I hate this in games. Every game should be like, Mister, are you sure you want to quit? And it doesn't though. It's gone, and I lost.
yeah, and I think
all my
that's where some of
progress.
the indie game kind of like shows too, where it's like I can't even put it in like full screen window. It's like, yo, come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
guys. Like,
You can
really?
if you quit on the campfire, you can keep all your stuff. If you
Right.
retreat. Yeah.
But I think Evan's
Right,
just saying.
yeah,
like,
I'm saying
you
like if you
alt
hit the
F4,
quit button,
Oh,
like
it's
in
just,
the
like,
menu,
straight
it just
out.
just to the desktop. Yeah, you're
Oh,
done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
It's not like, are you sure?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
You don't want to say it in a little baby voice like I did, Cody? Let me hear you say, "Are you sure?" as a little baby.
This is a little off topic, but I just went to the website. It's actually pretty cool. It looks like the video game. The website.
Yeah, their website's
That is
really
cool.
cool. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, neat.
That is cool.
Check it out.
So sorry.
Are we going to talk about the art in the game at all?
Yeah,
I just love-
we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Joe.
Talking
Come
about
on.
the
Art and
website.
the sound. Oh man.
Yeah, they do.
the-
They
mm.
are definitely shining aspects of it. Before we get away from the mechanics, though, I do want to talk about one of the major mechanics in the game, which I think is okay, just okay, and it is card synergies. So, at no point does it explain to you any of this, which is probably cool to some people, and it was definitely cool to me at first. But sometimes when you put one card next to another card, it turns it into a different card.
Yeah.
Like the first example that I stumbled upon was if you put a vampire mansion outside of a village, it becomes a ransacked village, and then
I didn't know that.
and you have to fight these like ghouls that I think that's the only place they spawn.
like zombies or something.
Yeah, they're
That's pretty
zombies.
Cool. Yeah.
And then after 3 loops, it turns into like an improved village called like the Count's Lands.
Wow.
Huh.
So that's the first one I stumbled upon, and there's a couple more, and there's actually surprisingly few for how many cards there are.
Yeah, I thought I keep on thinking that there will be more.
Yeah.
But one that comes to mind is just like, okay, if you do a 3x3 of mountains. it
Oh
creates
wait,
like
that
a-
was the first one, I guess. Really, yeah.
The big mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that spawns harpies, and I forgot what the benefit of the super mountain is, but I always just do
it's
it.
a
It's
way
like the-
better like HP
Okay.
return on max
Yeah.
HP.
Yeah.
There's also
Um,
there's the meadow. Like if you put the meadow next to anything,
Meadow,
it becomes a blue
yeah.
meadow.
Yeah, that was So I guess I'm jumping ahead of myself because those were the first 2 I noticed, and then but the vampire was the third one.
That one's cool though.
Yeah.
The whole town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
didn't.
one
I didn't see it
smokes you,
coming.
dude. If you like near the end, because it's always a vampire. Because anything within the range of the vampire's mansion, it'll have a vampire with it. So there's 4 zombies with a vampire. dude, you can get smoked if you're not ready, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do you guys use the vampires a lot?
So
I've put them away for a while because they scare the shit out of me. So
and when
So
you need
I've
to grind
only-
for like the four
Yeah.
okay.
enemy like material, it's super helpful
Yeah.
okay.
because it's
But
always
yeah,
plus
those
one to
guys-
whatever amount of enemies you're looking
Right.
at.
Right. I mean, that's just one of the game's things, right? It's like it's a trade-off. It's like, do you want to make it really hard and you're not going to get health from these villages like for 3 loops, or
It is. It doesn't end up actually being that worthy, I think, of a trade-off because
Right.
I thought it would increase the healing, which would be the ideal thing, but it just increases the value of the quest reward, which is like fine. Like that's an okay trade-off, but missing out on that healing for 3 fucking loops is like a big ask. I only do it if I can get it in like the first or second loop, and after that I would not like bother doing it.
Yeah.
I guess yeah. So mechanics. I guess the final thing mechanically that we haven't really talked about outside the loop, outside placing cards, outside doing battle as different classes, is there's this like base building mechanic where you like expand your camp. I don't know if we have a lot to say about it. I certainly don't have a lot to say about it. It's kind of exactly what you would expect from that type of thing. It's like a grid with and you
Yeah.
place buildings, and weirdly there's no synergy, even though there's synergy with other stuff.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
I
there's
can-
no synergy. I felt like there was.
There's
I
some
can
like
think of-
restrictions. So
yeah,
like,
where it's like you have
not
to
strict
place it
synergy,
next
but
to
like you can
this.
only place certain buildings next to other buildings, but there's no
Okay.
like I don't get a bonus for placing my lumberjack like next to a field or something.
right.
Yeah, I think, and so the benefit to those would be, it unlocks more cards.
Yeah.
There are definitely some that I don't see the point in them, but I was able to build them at that time. So, like, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it's just I don't see the benefit to this, but I built it, and
Yeah.
he's there.
He's just chilling. Yeah, so it's like since Casper had already brought up Hades, or one of you guys brought up Hades, like it's the recurring improvement or the permanent improvements that you gain. So it's like the what's is the mirror in Hades. It's basically that.
Yeah.
But with a little village building sim, or what, I guess not really a sim. But I don't know. It's like serviceable. That's all I'll
to the
say.
list of
Yeah.
genres.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Village sim. It's serviceable. It's not like my favorite of this. What would you guys describe this mechanic as? Like your roguelike permanent growth mechanic is like the long-worded way I would put
Yeah.
it.
I think
I think
putting it that way is apt, I think.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah. Sorry, I wasn't gonna answer your
No.
question.
well, yeah, I was just going to say, like, all the roguelikes nowadays, like, should probably be coming out with something like this where you can get better over time.
They definitely do for the most part. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's the defining or not
It's like a
defining, but like
staple
a
now,
more
right?
common
Where it's
thing.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Roguelite, right?
Yeah, I think,
Right.
but I think like Hades does it the right way, where it's much more streamlined than this is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
for
just a
sure.
much more simple interface.
I do like that more than the regular or the old roguelikes where you start completely from scratch. Like,
Yeah, I always
every
think of
time.
like Binding of Isaac.
Binding of
or-
Isaac
yeah.
It's
there's-
like, yeah.
Is there any mechanic like that at all? I'm trying to think. Like you get new
I think
characters, but that's just
New characters, and you get
not the same.
new items by completing like challenges or whatever. You can like get a chance to spawn this item.
But it doesn't
from now
feel the
on.
same. Like it doesn't feel like your avatar is being
Yeah.
empowered in the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Lame. Okay. Casper might be leaving. Or
No,
are we
I
staying?
I heard something happening in the room. There's no one back there.
It's the ghost of Loop Hero. It wants you to like the game.
Yeah, it's mad at me.
So yeah, let's talk about the graphics, guys, because those are
Dude,
those are some crispy
clean.
Oh, wait,
16-bit
sorry.
graphics. Oh,
Instead of answering your question before, I wanted to say, I think one of the reasons, like the indie team that made this, I feel like they should have focused more on, like, I think they should have scrapped the whole village. Even
yeah,
though that was like part of the story or whatever.
yeah,
I feel like they should have
Yeah.
scrapped that and worked more on maybe like the cards and the synergies with that.
yeah. I
Instead-
agree with you.
Yeah, because I feel like they just
Some
added
more like
too
Slay the
much.
Spire. So like,
Yeah. Sorry, what was
Yeah.
that?
has Joe, you've played a lot of Slay the Spire, right? Or
Yeah, a decent amount.
okay, so yeah, so as far as like a card deck building aspect, like there's not that many synergies. For sure, it's definitely
It's not that many cards. Like I think
you're getting the same cards like multiple times for sure.
it definitely does feel like it could have been like the village could have been streamlined, and I was very disappointed when I realized that I'd found almost all the cards in the game, and I discovered I think I have 2 synergies I don't know, which does not feel like enough, you know.
Right.
I should have pulled my save up so I could see how many actual synergies exist, but it is not enough. Still a good game. I liked it, but yeah, that's. But I do think it could have been a lot more like synergistic. Oh, last thing before we get away from mechanics, RPG stuff. So when you are playing, you have like a equipment grid, which we were talking about. You have equipment, so you put your equipment. There's like 7 slots, and 4 of them are like cracked. You can't like put stuff in them. You get a building that unlocks 1 more. And I looked it up.
Is it random
and you
every time?
Cannot unlock any of the other ones. No, it is not random,
Oh.
Cody. It is the same one for each class. So,
Dang.
but I don't fucking get that decision at all.
No.
Why
the
even
indie
show?
leaking
Maybe it's
through.
like expansions or something that they're gonna release, or
I guess. I mean,
I don't
it's some bull.
That's
I was
weird.
pissed. I was like, I want to be able to like kit myself out in like everything, you know?
Right.
yeah. Interesting.
So that was 4 quarters. I cast shame. That was
Tisk tisk.
yeah, that was not
Shame.
what I was looking for. Okay. Oh, my cat's trying to bust into the room. You guys hear my doorknob turning? It's actually the ghost that was just visiting Casper.
Yeah.
So yeah, the graphics though, 16-bit like
Beautiful.
dark fantasy kind of look to it. Do you guys play it with the CRT filter on or off?
What's default?
I turned it
I don't know how
off.
to
It's
switch it
on
off.
by
Yeah,
default.
it's on.
So
I had it
on.
on for a while,
Good.
Yeah.
but it kind of annoyed me. After, like, it's cool, but it was hard to see some stuff, especially since I was playing it on my tablet. Kind of on the smaller screen, it was kind of hard, so I turned it off.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing I shut off was the special text, the like fancy text.
Yeah, dude,
Oh, you
special
went to
text
like
is
the
kinda
regular
weird.
text.
Yeah, because
It looks so wacky.
I'm
though.
an idiot. I'm an idiot, but the V's look like Y's, and so
Yeah.
I was reading
Oh, yeah.
yampirism instead of vampirism.
Yeah,
And I was literally Googling like what is yampirism, yampirism,
Well,
loop
isn't there a
hero, like, just trying
Pokemon
to
named
figure out what the
Yamper?
fuck it was.
Yeah, I did switch
I'm gonna let my
the
cat in.
text
One
to
sec.
the rich text or whatever as well, Joe. I'm definitely with you. It does.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't match aesthetically at all, but
I was-
the aesthetic text to me doesn't. I don't know.
I was kind of impressed that they had 3 different texts, right? Because they had like normal text, the fancy one that it starts with, and then didn't they also have like
Yeah.
a dyslexic?
Yeah,
They
that's
do.
that's the one I put on.
I've
just
never
'cause I
seen
think
that in
it
a game
looks-
before.
I've
yeah,
seen
that's
it
like a-
sometimes, but
Yeah, some indies do it now. That's like I think that font's called like
Okay.
Open Dyslexic, and it's like it's a
That's
a free
cool.
open source font that's supposedly easier for people with dyslexia to read. My cat is
Yeah.
visiting. She's a guest. She's
Hello.
our
Hello.
5th guest. Wonder if I put her near the mic, if we'll be able to hear her purring. Maybe on my end. Definitely not on the Discord call. I guess Casper will find out. Oops. But yeah, what were we talking about?
graphics, dude.
How
Yeah.
beautiful the art is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the portraits
I
are
could stare at that
beautiful.
part.
I do think
Yeah.
it's funny how plain the like characters look like on the loop. I know that
Yeah.
it needs to like ascribe to a certain pixel resolution, but yeah, the dude is just like
like 8 bits or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this kind of relates as well. But I wish that the different armor and equipment would change the look.
Same. I was
Yeah.
disappointed
But-
when that wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
But
that definitely would make it. But the animations, dude, the animations are pretty solid. I mean, there's not like too many.
I was gonna
of
say,
them,
but no, they're not like that complicated, aren't they? All like 2 frames, like they're like
I just think
They are
keyframe
nice though. Like the
They look
vampire.
cool, and they have a lot of, like-
aesthetically.
like they have like I want to say like specifically the rogue class, like when he swings, it is I'm 99% sure it's only 2 frames. It's his standing frame and then his attacking frame. But on the attacking frame, there's like a nice smudge. It's like, or what's it called in
Yeah.
comics? Not a smudge, or is it
smear?
smudge. A smear. Thank you. There's a nice smear, and it does feel, and like they cheese it a little bit. They have like they changed the
It shakes.
yeah, it shakes a little bit, or I think he like jumps forward a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I like
it's
the,
pretty simple, all things considered. Like
Yeah.
the cutscenes are
animation-wise.
nice though,
Yeah, those
the
cutscenes,
character
those cutscenes are
portraits,
nice,
the
yeah.
cutscenes, pretty
especially
good.
with I didn't get very far, so I didn't get a lot. But like the vampire when it's like mouth opens, like the gross vampire mouth. I don't know if you guys remember
I
that.
don't remember that. Is that in the opening cutscene?
No, it's when you first
It's
get the
whenever you-
vampire mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like talk to one of
You
the
like
vampires.
talk to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah,
talk
right.
to the harpy too, or
you talk
Yep.
to every enemy. I
Something
think
like
when
that.
you run into them.
Like
for the first time.
every like new encounter, you'll just like talk to him and it's like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like,
yeah.
it plays into the story, but I'm not too hot on this game's story.
Yeah, so I guess this is a good time as any to jump into the story. The story's like basically irrelevant to the gameplay. Like it, I mean, they are related, but you definitely don't need to be following the story to appreciate the game, I think.
I think the idea is cool.
Yeah.
The big idea, like, oh, the
Yeah.
world literally like got eaten, and now this lone person's going to try to restore it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're
But-
trying to restore it, and as you're going through the loop, you are remembering the world as it used
Yeah.
to be. So that's kind of the idea behind you placing cards is like, oh, there was a mountain over there.
Right. And you're remembering it.
Right. And you're remembering, oh, I used to be this rogue in the past
Yeah.
or whatever. So
Yeah.
But to show you how relevant that is, like, I forgot that was a thing until you just said it
Yeah.
again.
yeah,
You know?
it's not.
It's an attempt to contextualize the gameplay, I think, overall, that maybe isn't
Right.
even necessary, I think, like
Yeah. You could remove
Yeah,
it. And
like-
it wouldn't matter.
yeah.
It's a good game.
It's a good game.
You
The
play it.
moment-to-moment gameplay is good enough that, well, yeah, according to 3/4 of this podcast.
I feel kind of, well, I guess I don't feel bad about comparing it to Hades a lot, but like Hades really nails that if you are into story, there will be story bits like a lot, right?
Yeah,
In
you
this
can go
game,
find it,
there's too much time between the story beats because you have to unlock a new building, you have to encounter a new enemy. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna talk to the boss, like if you can get to the boss. You know what I mean? So if I did care, there's too much time in between, so I end up not caring.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
I think
like
the creators know that people weren't going to care about the story, because I started a second playthrough. I don't know if this shows up on your first playthrough, but I just wanted to restart because I finally understood the game. And so I restarted, and there's an X that you can click over dialogue that just skips through it all.
oh, I didn't notice that. Not that I was really reading
So.
it, but
Oh, I was wondering, is there a way to skip the battles?
no,
Like
that would
okay.
be super handy. Like if you
Okay.
could just because
Like
you
you
know,
just click through it.
It
Or whatever.
knows
just
if
click
you're
right
gonna
through
win
it
or
and get to
not.
the result.
Yeah.
Like in
Auto generate.
yeah, like in what's it called? Fire Emblem, you can like just not watch the battles, that
Right.
occur.
Yeah, it is interesting because we mentioned it before, but you can speed up the character walking around the loop like 1 speed, 2 speed, but the 2 speed doesn't affect the battle time, but you think it would just
Do
scale
the
it by
whole
2.
game, yeah. I
You
don't
know
know
what I
why
mean?
they went for I don't know. Maybe it's
But
emotional
Do you think
impact.
the game would?
I don't know.
Do you think the game would help if it, or
It would-
would be helped if it had a
like a turbo mode.
yeah,
Yeah.
almost like a Hearts of Iron or Stellaris style, like, oh, let me speed up time here, you
Right.
know, like let's get to 4x. you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that
I
type
don't
of
see
thing.
why, you know what I mean? Like it would just, ultimately your runs would be, you would get more runs in, right?
Faster,
So
right.
I would be able to grind faster. I'd be able to get to the end goal faster. I don't see why that should,
I think I would have liked it more if I could just go through it faster. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's pretty much one of my biggest problems is it's too long, and I guess really it's just like they focused on too much and they should have tried to either cut some stuff back or like just focus more on the mechanics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? Instead of like a shotgun approach where we're doing all this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so consensus of this podcast is the narrative is kind of forgettable. It's a cool concept
bad,
to set a game in, but
Yeah.
as far as the story that actually occurs within that world, I could care less, and I think we could
Right.
all kind of care less about that story being told.
Yeah.
I would enjoy a game that was just like a FPS first person shooter or whatever, that just told this type of story.
Mm.
Yeah,
Be neat.
I would. Yeah, I mean,
but-
I don't know. I think Cody really nailed it with it's just too long between the story beats. I can't even remember. like what's going on really. And also like I fought the first 2 bosses and they're both like, "You killed me. There's still another." They basically say at the end, and it's just like, well,
there's a bigger fish,
yeah,
you know.
it's fucking A. Like I don't
I think
feel like
there's
I've learned anything.
is there 7 bosses?
I don't
Is
think
there
so.
really?
I think
Jesus
there's
Christ, I don't
like
think
5
so.
or 7.
I thought there was only
was
4
hoping there was
acts.
3.
I think there's 4 acts.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
I want to say it's like 5 or 6 or something.
There's 4.
Yeah. And I thought the first boss was
Okay,
a
there
struggle.
is
Here we
4?
go.
There's
Yeah,
4
there's only
acts. Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, if there was
'cause-
8, I would never beat this game.
Because dude, you're gonna be spending so much time on one. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Dang.
that's good.
So
for this 4. I thought I saw something in the game. That said
the
5, but-
music though in this game, fellas.
Oh,
Ooh, that song does not get old. It is just a super
Nope.
good song. I think it's just like the one song, but it rocks. Like
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think there's only
just-
like
It's like a
maybe like
couple.
6 songs total, but they're all banging.
right. So there's music that
Boss.
plays when you're in the loop,
Yeah,
and then when you're in the final loop, it turns into like a more rockin' version of that same
Yeah.
song.
right.
And then there's music in the camp, and I think that's basically it. And I might be
Yeah.
forgetting something. I don't think, like, depending on who's in the battle, the music changes or anything. And I don't think that
No.
when you enter a battle from the field, the music changes. Pretty sure it's just kind of this, like, rockin', like, kind of like very, like, Scandinavian metal kind of inspired sound, I think.
yeah.
And it just kind of rocks out, you know? It's just like I feel
Yeah,
like I
good.
should be like swinging like a giant like war axe like and on top of a cliff, and there's like a woman in a bikini like grabbing my leg, like, you know what I'm talking about?
There's,
Like
like,
that's just
lightning
like
behind you.
heavy metal
Yeah,
like album art.
imagery. Yeah,
Yeah, I want to know. Did they do
yeah. I
it
think
in house?
the one song, I guess, gets more and more intense as the loop goes, which obviously matches what's going
Yeah.
on in the game. So
The
I think that
soundtrack
paired with the
is-
sound design,
is by Blinch. What a name. And according to this, there are 30 songs on the soundtrack.
Oh wow.
okay.
I'm very
I did not expect that.
surprised. And a lot of the song names are JoJo's Bizarre Adventure references. Pretty much all of them. So if you're an anime fan, this is secretly also an anime game.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh,
I guess
God,
the
now my
story is
cat wants out.
pretty anime.
I mean, there's
but-
the main song is the menu song is different, right? I don't even
Yeah, the menu
remember.
song is
Yeah.
different.
There's probably like a cutscene song, and each boss probably has a different song. I guess they probably add up.
yeah, 30 though.
Yeah,
That's surprising.
My roommates just got home. Sorry, they're screaming.
That's okay.
Yo, assholes! I'm still recording.
I am impressed though that there's 30 songs. That's a lot.
That is crazy. Yeah, 30 songs. 30 songs is kind of, I didn't
It's a
expect
lot.
that, but
Yeah.
now I feel bad for saying like 4 or 5 songs.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they're hidden behind all the other bosses.
Yeah.
That's
You
true,
gotta,
right?
you gotta get there.
I do
You'll
know,
see that at
speaking of
hour
bosses,
50,
I know
yeah.
there's at least one secret boss in this game.
Okay,
know-
so
Oh,
4
okay.
I
and then
know
a
that
secret
there
boss?
is a frog king. And the
Oh, what?
And the Frog King is you have to cover the entire loop in swamps. If every tile in the loop is a swamp, you'll fight the Frog King.
Did you?
That's dope.
How did you cover the entire loop
no,
in swamps?
No, unfortunately,
Okay.
I got it spoiled for me, but it would have been a cool thing to discover, definitely.
I never would have discovered that. I don't think.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
and I think
reminds
that's
me.
like
I wonder how
the-
many stuff like that.
That's
there
like the
are that
story
they
of this
just-
game is like a little bit like I will never figure it all out, and like
Yeah.
Right.
even with so few
accepting
synergies, like it feels like there is not enough or there's simultaneously not enough to find and no clear direction on how you go about finding stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I think it would
guess-
go a long way if a card just like even you get an encyclopedia at one point, like if in the encyclopedia it said this card just has synergies, and then I'd be like, oh, I'll test it, and I spent so much time like trying to place two things next to each other with no goddamn synergy, like
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I would never have guessed that there was a synergy for placing every tile of swamp.
right.
That would never have occurred to me.
I guess the aspect of them not telling you does kind of help with like rumors and like friends saying like, oh, did you hear about this?
Definitely.
And
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
in the modern age, like that's not what
That old
happens. It's
school.
all about people just
Isn't that what
they
they're
go on
going for, though?
Polygon.
I
They're
saw a
going for the
tweet.
old
Read the
school
guide.
CRT look, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
They,
just,
they want you to listen to your favorite podcast and hear all the
yeah,
secrets
yeah.
about how you can put all the swamps around.
When
or
is the
something.
last time you guys felt like you like? I guess other than right now, because I just told you that. But like, how often do you feel like you like learn things and secrets in a game from like rumors and like hearsay? You know, like I feel
Oh,
like it's just not
man.
something that happens anymore. I feel like the
No,
last
it
time this
really
happened to
isn't.
me,
Yeah.
I was like 15 and Skyrim had just come out. And my friends and I were just talking about like what you can do in Skyrim, like
Yeah.
around the lunch table. And since then, I just feel like most stuff is like very much online.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
maybe like in, I don't know, like Borderlands 3 or something, like there's a gun that does some wacky thing and you just hear about it.
That doesn't sound like Borderlands. What?
Or oh man, there was this one that I wish that I had found before I saw it online, but it was like in Cyberpunk, there's like a gun that like talks to you or something like that.
Mm.
Um,
There's a gun like
I
that
think
in
that's-
Borderlands 2
there's
or
probably a
1, and
couple.
it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Like that's the trade-off is it's like says one-liners in a really annoying voice. Like
Yeah.
but it does like a ton of damage.
so it's like,
That's
man, I
weird.
gotta use this gun,
Sounds
but
like
I
a
don't
plus
want.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I guess we could exchange rumors all we wanted here. I just feel like it's not a common thing in the way it used to be when you're like maybe it's just not
No,
being
it
a
doesn't-
kid anymore.
Yeah,
More
that could
so
be
than
it
the
too.
age of the internet, you know?
Yeah, you don't meet as many people as you do in like school, you know.
Yeah. I can't walk up to
Yeah.
people at the bar and be like,
Yeah.
what class
Yo,
did you pick
you
for
been playing Loop
Skyrim?
Hey, have you been playing Loop here?
Yeah. That's like the riskiest move. When you meet somebody, you have to like, how do you figure out if they're like a gamer,
You have to
right? Like you just
navigate
have
this situation.
you either Hail Mary it and just like, are you a gamer?
I'm bad at that. I just don't
Yeah.
talk about like anime.
Yeah. You're like, who is
I
this?
just
Get
start-
this guy out of here.
If it's like quiet, like just really quiet, I just start talking and jabbing about anime. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it doesn't work so well.
Well, anyway, I saw this hentai, right?
That's
yeah.
Oh my god. Love it.
It's a risky move, though. Do we have anything else we want to cover on this game? I feel like we hit most of our major talking points we try to hit. Otherwise,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
take a short break and come on back for Casper's Variety Hour of the Resurrection of Christ.
But first,
Oh, it's Easter. It's
But first,
Easter,
the
by the way.
stamps. I'm so stupid. It's yeah. By the way, the joke earlier is that today's
Stamping.
Easter. I should have said that earlier. But
yeah,
maybe my joke
we
at the
usually
beginning was
record on
confusing.
Sundays.
Yeah.
People probably don't know that.
Easter Sunday, baby. All right, stamps. Let's go from probably less positive to more positive stamps. So let's go with Casper first.
Loop hero, more like poop hero.
Oh no. Okay, I can respect it.
Damn, dude.
Goes on the stamp. That's what the man says.
Listen,
Joe.
you know?
What's your stamp say?
I like the loop.
Whoa. The loop is satisfying. It's a good loop.
Mm-hmm. Cody, you know I'm looking at you, buddy.
I'd probably say skeleton army, kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take over the world.
I'm gonna go with dopamine rush, which is the experience
gotta
you
stamp
have
the
when you play the
camera.
rogue. Just it's rogue, dopamine rush. That's it.
You gotta stamp the camera and you stamp
Oh,
your
sorry.
own
Oh my
monitor.
god, yeah, my camera's usually here. I've been thinking this whole time. Like, not that it matters.
No, it doesn't matter.
Bah. There we go. Rogue dopamine rush. Camera stamped. All right.
Nice.
I think with that, we will take a short break and return for Casper's time. So we'll be right back. And we're back with a super special Casper's Variety Hour. Casper, what are we doing, my friend?
Oh man, this week we're doing something new. We're gonna be doing a game show where I'm gonna question you three on different video game topics.
So
Whoever
is it
gets-
trivia?
Wow.
The trivia show?
I'm nervous.
Yeah, it's a trivia show.
Okay.
Whoever gets the most right gets the crown, the gamer crown.
Okay.
Is this I guess like what's the format? Is it like
So I'm gonna
who wants
ask
to
you
be a
guys.
millionaire or
Pretty much, I'm just gonna ask you guys a question and then count from 3 on 1. You guys just all answer. Whoever gets it right gets a point.
All right. So I mean,
So you
that's a
can-
pretty
okay.
smart way to not like influence each other.
Yeah, yeah.
We
you
can also
all
go
get a
grab
point at the same
notebooks and
time.
like write on the notebooks, but we'd still have to say it out loud. But anyway.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
well, okay. For this one, we'll just scream. the,
Yeah.
the audio listeners are just like, "Ah, my ears."
All right. First question. What was the first ever video game? Oh, wait, is this backwards?
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
even
it's
think
not. It's not.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that's not as good.
First
It
ever
is on
video
your
game.
screen, but yeah. First ever video game.
First ever commercial video game or first ever video
First ever video game.
game? Okay.
Oh, I fucking forget the name. I'm gonna guess. I think.
I don't know the
wait,
name
you're
of it.
saying
I'm gonna-
1, 2,
all right.
3, right?
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
ready.
okay.
I'm ready when you guys are.
On 1. 3, 2, 1.
Space Wars.
Spaceship asteroids thing.
It's space something, right? Because I know I can picture it.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
was looking it up, and what I could find was Tennis for 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'd never heard of this before.
So that's just like
It was made
a
by
Pong before Pong, or
pretty much, yeah. It was kind of like Pong, but it had like a net in the middle. It was like an old what was it? Oscilloscope screen using
Yeah.
like an old cathode tubes and stuff, and
Right.
Okay.
you had like little dials that I guess they would rotate in like a button, and it would like change how they shot the ball. It was kind of cool for how old it was.
Yeah.
It was made by a guy called William Higginbottom. He was a nuclear physicist, and he made the game.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay. So
Oh,
this
it
is
does.
what
It
I was
predates
picturing in my
Space
head
War
was
by
I was
4
thinking
years.
Space War.
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
People talk about Space War being the first video game. I feel like,
Yeah.
damn, I didn't know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's. I
Yeah.
thought that was what it was, but I'm just trying to figure out if it really was or not, and I found this one.
Huh.
So I'm looking at a picture of Tennis for 2.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to twist those knobs. Those knobs look
I know,
really
right?
tactile.
Looks
I
like you
learned-
shouldn't be allowed to touch them, so I
Solid
really
knobs.
want to touch them.
I learned that a lot of early video games have knobs.
twist.
They really like knobs for controllers.
yeah.
Dude, knobs are dope.
Dude, I like knobs. I'll twist knobs all day long.
Knobs.
The British listeners of our podcast are probably having a blast having us talk about knobs.
Oh, maybe Casper will show a picture of it right here. In post. Casper, you got to put it right here.
One frame. Right here. And then right here.
All right.
Okay, Casper, what's next?
Next question. What was the best-selling video game?
Oh,
okay.
shit. Like, as of, like, this recording?
Yeah, as of this recording.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it would be specifically. I could name like a top 5.
I got it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't
I
tell you.
actually have the
all-
top 5 written down too. So
I think we can all.
All right, so whoever
Name.
gets how about for this one, whoever gets the best selling of the top 5, if we get it, can get a point.
okay,
On the game
yeah, I guess
crown.
that's fair.
All right,
All right.
I'm ready when these guys are. So we're doing it on 3. Let's do 3, 2, 1, blah. Like,
So,
go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Tetris.
Minecraft.
Minecraft?
Okay, so you two said
Oh,
Minecraft.
Tetris is
Yeah.
Tetris is totally it. It's got to be Tetris.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
'cause
Tetris.
It's
But it
Minecraft,
isn't.
though.
It's Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft outsold Tetris
They
like
say
a couple
Minecraft?
years ago.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
No
yeah.
way. Wow.
Minecraft has
That's
200 million copies.
But okay, so
So it's Minecraft 200 million, GTA 5 at 140 million.
Oh, they
Yeah.
Tetris.
Tetris.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I
then
guess GTA
Tetris,
5's been released on everything at this
It really
point.
has, yeah.
same thing
yeah.
in Minecraft, right? So
It's the new
And then so
Skyrim.
what's Tetris?
Is Skyrim up there?
No, it was somewhere in the top 100. I think it was like
Okay.
closer to the lower half.
and you
Surprising.
got to think like packing games like Wii Sports is probably really up there.
Number
and,
4.
like,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Tetris was number 3. But it's the EA version of Tetris, so like the mobile.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Oh.
I didn't know
Okay.
that. So
Yeah.
I probably as a franchise, I bet it has the most downloads.
Probably.
that's what I was
That's-
thinking. They lump them all together.
Hard to measure that.
Yeah, I was
Like,
trying to
how many
cheat.
Tetris games have been sold?
I tried to
Yeah.
find that out. I couldn't find it. I'm sure someone
Right,
has
yeah.
a list. But yeah, Tetris, then Wii Sports, and then it's Players Unknown Battlegrounds. Apparently,
That's
Wow.
crazy.
What?
PUBG.
Yeah,
That's
it-
crazy.
it sold
That
70
is
million.
unexpected.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
I forget how popular battle royales are. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like the only one you really have to pay for. So
And
Mm,
and I
pretty
will
much.
say too, I think in in America, maybe PUBG has kind of died down a little bit, but like in Asia, it's like fucking huge, and on mobile too. Like
okay.
mobile's for
Right.
Tetris is.
Oh, speaking of mobile
PUBG is
stuff, did you
huge.
guys see that they're making a mobile Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale?
Yeah,
What?
I did see
Yeah,
that.
it's like set before like the events of Final Fantasy VII, and you're like a Shinra mercenary, and it's a fucking battle royale with like, it looks like it's running like the Final Fantasy 15, like, I don't know, so it seems like some canned stuff from 15. I don't know, it's
I
weird.
think we need a.
It's mobile only. It's very strange.
Wow.
I don't know.
That is so
Let me see if
weird.
I can find the name really quick, just so we can say it on the podcast. But Final
The-
Fantasy,
Like not even on
mobile-
Switch. It's
Have
just
you
like the
guys seen-
phones.
The guy who made Final Fantasy, he's making a new game for the Apple.
Yes.
I
I
forgot what it's
also
called.
can't think of
Arcade.
his name right now,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's Fantasia or something like that.
Yeah, I really like the look
Fanta.
of the game. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys seen it.
Looks cool. It is called Final Fantasy. Where is the name of this? Oh, The First Soldier. Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. And it is slated to come to both Android and iOS devices later this year, set 3 decades before the original game. It's a fucking battle royale. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. I mean, you guys should check it, because my jaw
they announced
dropped
that-
when I saw that.
They announced that when they were announcing like
It was during
came
the
out,
Square event. I think.
Was it the Square event or was it? It might have been, but when the PlayStation 5,
Which was,
the
which
recent
was
State
the
of
Square
Play.
event. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then they like also, but it was only on like their Twitter. They're like, also there's no trailer for it, but then they put out the trailer. But
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway,
Really
sorry to
confusing.
derail the game, but I just had to share, speaking of battle royales, and I know that we haven't talked about it on this podcast, so
So
craziness.
weird. All right.
Yeah.
Second or third question. What was
Do it.
the infamous worst game buried by the truckloads in the desert?
oh, okay. Yeah,
Well, thanks
classic.
for the gimme, Casper. All right.
Do you guys know that? Okay. You guys got it stuff?
Yep.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
E.T.
E.T..
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you guys knew that. Some people never heard of that.
All together,
so-
boys, like a fucking barbershop quartet. E.T.
Yeah.
All right,
That
so
was
what's the
got a
score
super
right now? So
interesting
Cody's
story.
at 1. Joe and I are at 2. We got 2
Yeah.
questions to go. Who will get the gamer crown?
So E.T., that one, I don't know. You guys probably already know some of it. It was coded in 5 weeks. They tried to get it in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
piece
it-
of shit.
Oh.
It
No
kind
one
of
liked it.
caused the
And
video
for-
game crash, like
for
the
the-
first video game crash.
For the
Yeah.
time it came out, too, it sold 1.5 million copies, which is a lot for then.
Yeah, but I think they
that's
just they
crazy.
printed so many that it's oversaturated. It's like
Yeah.
the store shelves are nothing but ET.
And apparently they buried it in a landfill in New Mexico, which I was
Yeah.
there a few years ago. I should have tried to find a copy for myself.
I think they dug
There's
them
a
up and
big
like
documentary
sold
on it.
them all now. Or, like they're like, they realized they had like an interesting
Value.
piece of history on their hands, and they like
Yeah.
sold them. I
Yeah.
think that's true.
the documentary on it, I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I
tells the
saw
whole
that.
story.
I think it's on Netflix. Okay. Next question. What was the first home console? The
I
very
want to
first
look this
console.
up, but no.
Yeah, no looking it up.
And it's not
Okay.
okay.
First,
Can I
home.
ask a
I'm gonna
clarifying
get this
question that
wrong.
might give away the answer?
Okay.
Is this question referring to a single device that could play a game on a TV, or is it referring to something that can take games generally, like it's a console that
It's a
takes
console.
several-
It could play
okay.
games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So like it had a.
So it's
okay.
not like
You could play
like
different
Jack
games.
specific plug and play
Here, I'll even
Spider-Man.
add. It had, yeah, no.
Dude, I have no idea. I'm just gonna guess.
It had 28
Yeah, I have
games
a
in total.
good guess, I think.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
I'm-
sure actually it could take games. I'm not actually sure now, but I'm pretty sure it could. It
Yeah.
had
It's not a
28. So,
computer, All right.
all right.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Magnavox
Oh, yeah,
Odyssey.
Atari
2600.
2600.
I don't know if it's called the Odyssey. What?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, Magnavox Odyssey.
Oh
Came out
yeah.
in 1972.
Awesome.
What
I
would
couldn't
you
remember
say?
it was called the
say
Odyssey. or
Nintendo
not.
Entertainment System. I decided to not do that one.
So
Yeah.
I
No one.
I'm
I've
trying to
never
think.
seen one in real life, but I've heard.
like
of
did
it.
you say,
I know
Cody?
that there's there's like this game that's super old where you put this like film in front of your TV and like the stuff happens behind the film and that's
That-
like the game.
That's this one.
Whoa.
So pretty much what you do.
Okay.
This one for graphics, it had a whopping 3 square dots and 1 line of varying heights.
That's dope.
We talking
Very
varying
nice.
heights, my guy? Oh my goodness gracious.
What you would do is, for the graphics of the game, you would just like put plastic stuff over the TV for
Okay.
each level or whatever.
So it was the Odyssey. Nice.
Yeah, and the wired controllers again. There was like this weird square with knobs on either side and like a button on top. they loved knobs.
Oh yeah, Casper. I'm looking at a photo of this thing for the visual watchers.
Casper, put it right here.
Yeah, you got to show a photo of this. That's insane. That's just a square brown box with like 2 knobs on it.
Yeah.
It had a wood finish. They need to bring back stuff with like.
Yeah, I
that
love wood
vinyl
finishes. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I want a PS5 with
Wood
a wood
accents.
finish.
Yeah. Pop those
Probably
fins
the
off,
brand
put a
skin.
wooden, thing on the side. Let's go.
That would be cool.
Dude, I will say that the Odyssey logo is pretty dope.
It is cool, yeah.
It's pretty sick.
All right, so current
All right.
score tally is Cody 1, Joe 2, Evan 3.
Yeah, you're in the lead.
You're the
Yeah,
king
the
of it.
truest gamer. This is why if I lose, I don't get to be the host anymore. I have to maintain my title. I actually have a belt. It's just I'm not wearing it because I'm wearing overalls.
Okay, final question. What was the first game that won Game of the Year in the Game Awards? And I'll give you a bonus answer if you can answer the first game that won the Spike Game Awards, because they're both Jeff Keighley.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
Fuck
Can I,
me
Can I ask
sideways.
a question?
Yeah.
You don't have to answer this. Well, it's your show. You don't have to. But what year was the first Game Awards?
It was
it's a good question.
That is extremely helpful.
2014.
Okay.
Okay, so 2014, and then the spike probably started like what?
2000.
That was like
2003.
2003, if I had to
Yeah,
guess.
2003.
Yeah.
I watched. Oh, I didn't watch all of it, but I looked up the 2003 Game Awards. It's so early 2000s.
Yeah. Jeff Keighley hadn't figured out how to bring that razzle dazzle yet. All right, 2014.
A lot of games came out in
Racking my
2014.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain there's a YouTube
I've-
video
okay,
of
I've got a
somebody
guess.
who went through and like ranked all the Game of the Years.
Oh yeah. There's
he
gotta be.
like went through and said, "Oh, I prefer this one and that one and all that." crap.
Yeah.
Is it
And
Scott the
I'm, like,
Woz?
racking my brain trying to remember like what was Game of the
This
Year.
is a hard one. This is a good
2014.
finisher, Casper. Well done. You're a good trivia
Yeah.
master.
Yeah, this is a good question.
2003,
I'm just gonna guess.
dude.
You're gonna go
trying
for
to
the
think.
2003 over the 2014 one?
Yeah.
Well, I
have
was
a
trying
good
to get
guess for the
both, but-
2003
You
one.
can do both, yeah.
Oh, I can do both.
I gotta get
Oh,
both
fuck
If you
me.
want, it's a
okay.
bonus one.
All
Yeah.
right, I got one for 2003 as
All right.
well. It's probably
Oh,
gonna be
wait.
wrong.
Everyone else okay?
Was there a Zelda game in 2003? That'd be my.
All right.
Okay.
So count it down. Or so wait, how do we want to? Well, how about we just
we'll
let's
do-
agree to just.
Yeah, we'll do 2013 first, and then
Okay.
if people want to guess for another one.
Okay. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Destiny.
Oh.
Oh, I was gonna guess.
Where the fuck were you guys at? You sleeping on the fucking show?
Wait, hold on. I
just-
I forgot which.
I have nothing. I'm gonna guess Mass Effect 3. That's I don't even know when that actually
I
probably
was
came out
gonna
in like
guess.
2012.
I was gonna guess Last of Us, but I don't think that was like not that year.
Oh,
That
so-
was way before that, by a couple years. All right.
When was Last of Us, actually? I don't even know. That was like.
That was like
2012?
2010 or 9.
Yeah.
That was PS3.
No.
Wow, I feel old.
I think. Let me look
All right.
really quick.
Yeah.
2013 was Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, wow.
Actually,
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
I was in
I
the
didn't know
right time.
The first Last of Us was 2013. I thought it was like earlier in the life cycle of the PlayStation.
it was
3.
like one of the last games to come out. Like one of the last.
All right,
big
I take it
ones.
back. My bad.
Yeah, I think they like pushed the graphics and everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
But
Dragon Age, and no one even talks about Dragon Age Inquisition.
I've never even
really.
played Dragon Age.
Not anymore.
Any of
Yeah,
those games.
I know it was
Yeah.
popular when it came out, but I didn't I never learned. I don't got any facts on that. That's just
I remember
bad.
people saying they had like, it was like, oh, you really feel like a knight or whatever, you know, like people would
It
claim.
was a big deal because they had just introduced in Mass Effect 2, they had introduced the dialogue
Like,
wheel thing.
Oh yeah.
Like that was pretty fresh and new, right?
Right.
I believe that was a big deal at the time.
All right. So do you guys want to guess for the 2004 one or 2003? I mean.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've
have a general guess.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think you guys will get this. At least I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Fable.
Something Half-Life.
Luigi's Mansion.
So Cody, you were hoping that there was a Zelda game, and there was. They didn't win, but it was Wind Waker.
I was gonna say Wind Waker
Okay.
was like roughly
I was thinking
that
it had to
time.
be something on the GameCube, right? If it like that's that generation of
Yeah, if it was Zelda.
yeah.
It was Madden NFL 2004.
No way, dude.
My
that
jaw
one.
hitteth
Wow.
the floor. Oh my
I forgot
goodness
how wild
gracious.
they were back then. Holy crap.
Wow.
And the
that's-
further ups were, like I said, Zelda. There was a GTA, I think, that came out that year.
Oh yeah, GTA 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Or no,
yeah,
oh no,
so-
not 4. No, sorry, not 4. It
I don't
was
remember, but-
it was like San Andreas or maybe Vice City. Probably San Andreas. Yeah, San
I just
Andreas.
can't believe though. NF or Madden
That's
NFL
crazy.
1. That's just
That's
Alright.
It was a
insane
different
and would
time
never
in the early
happen now.
2000s, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Weird
probably
back
like
then.
different rules for like jury voting and stuff like that. Like it was probably just like pay us enough money or something. And we'll-
Yeah.
People say Jeff Keighley does that now. I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying.
Whoa, hot. Hot
man.
news.
People
You
say
heard it here
that.
first from Evan.
But okay, so if we tally up all that points, I think Evan wins.
Evan
Right,
wins 3
3
points.
Gamer
He's the
crown. I
king.
get to remain the host.
You're the king gamer. Gotta get
See,
your
I
G
got
Fuel.
this. Put this on my head.
Perfect.
King.
Who is that?
All hail the king.
I'm the king.
Some of the things you squeeze.
No, it's not one of those squeezy things. I forget what it's called. We'll have to edit in what it's
It's like a
called.
McDonald's toy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Casper, put it right here.
I'll have to put a crown on Evan.
Yeah.
Motion
Liz
track
collects these things. I forget what they're called. They're weird. They creep me out kind of, but I have one on my desk.
Sweet.
All right, guys. I mean, I think that's been our show. So, Cody, before we start wrapping it up, why don't you tell us what your pick is, my dude?
Yeah, so this might be, well, it's definitely not the oldest game we've picked. Never mind. Forget that. Scrap it. But we're playing Portal 2. Portal 2, a classic.
Little known
Available
indie
on
studio,
PS3.
Valve, if you've heard of it. It's like, why would you name your game company after like plumbing? Like,
Yeah.
doesn't make
They're
sense.
never gonna make it.
Yeah, they're never gonna make it in this industry. They should have named it Gunfight. That's what they should have named their company. That's got gusto, you know. It's got that piss and vinegar. Anyway,
That hypes me up.
yeah.
Yeah, so Portal 2, it's been a while. I think for all of us, it's been at least a couple years.
Yeah, I played
Pearl
it
2.
when I was like in high school.
Pearl 2 is definitely in my top 10 for
Favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
I
love
liked Portal
2.
1 a lot more than I liked Portal 2, but
Really?
I do. I just think Portal 1's a nice and tight experience. I played it like, I think when I had no games and had no money to buy games, like I think I played Portal 1 like, I would do like at least for a couple months there, like every week, at least 1 day a week after school, I'd just come home and beat the whole thing. And like,
Dude,
'cause
that's
I
dope.
didn't have cable TV. Netflix, believe it or not, was not like a common thing at the time. So I just had nothing to do except play Skate 3 and Portal 1 were kind of my two things.
Nice.
So
No, yeah, I like that. I like that.
yeah. Can only do kickflips for so long though. It's gotta play a little Portal.
Are you a speedrunner then? Can you speedrun?
I definitely couldn't didn't know any of the like tricks, but I was like I knew the solution to every puzzle. As soon as I walked into a room, I was on my way out the the door. So
Yeah.
it was pretty fun. So we're playing Portal 2. Pretty exciting. See you guys in 2 weeks for that. I want to thank my two co-hosts, Cody and Casper. Thank you guys for joining me as usual.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, we'd like to thank you for being our guest for the third time, and I'm sure not the
never
last
leaving,
time.
I told
Yeah, he's a
ya.
permanent
I'm staying
guest.
here in my little box.
We turn our
Never
computers
leaving.
off. He's there.
Yep, I'm hanging out in your guys' Discord all night long.
So, Joe, anything coming up on the Highland Ave kind of channels?
No, nothing particular. Nothing
To plug.
in the
but
cooker right now.
check out
Yeah,
Highland
a lot of
Ave.
long-term projects.
Check out Highland Ave.
Yeah.
It's a great YouTube
Yeah.
channel. You've listened
Yeah.
before.
Watch those YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the short form stuff is really cool too.
Yeah, that's the direction I think I'm gonna head. Is
Yeah.
shorter videos.
Like, dude, your editing is like on point. Like, I wonder how long did it take you to?
That was about a weekend.
Okay.
Probably like a solid day of editing, like 8 hours of editing total.
Mastering
cool.
the art. Well done.
Yeah, well, a bit of it is just like keystrokes and shit.
Yeah, right.
Just learning, Adobe Premiere and all that crap.
Mhm.
Right.
Nice. Well,
Sweet.
check out Highland Ave. Continue to listen to Any Percent if you like us, if you like Joe.
Good show.
We have I have a little news to share really quick before we go. By the time this goes up, our website should be available. So if you want to go check out
Whoa.
anypercent.com, you can see a
No,
link
wait,
to the
is it
most recent
80% or
YouTube video,
80%
which will be
cast?
this video when you go look. And I think
Oh,
that's
and-
all that's going on it right now.
Another announcement, if you're an audio listener, we now have Any Percent movies, which you can listen to on whatever you listen to on us now. The separate things, you have to follow it, but
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
originally only doing Any Percent Movies. If you don't even know what Any Percent Movies is, because you're just an audio listener, it is our movie podcast, and it was a YouTube only show just because we were lazy. But now it's a vetted process where we like it. We're gonna send it. So yeah, check all your favorite podcasting services for Any Percent Movies. Check out anypercent.com later this week. And
Is it anypercent.com or
or, oops,
anypercentcast.com?
oh shit, yeah, it's anypercentcast.com. Did I say anypercent.com like 5 times?
Yeah, well, I always say
anypercentcast.com,
that.
anypercentcast.com. Yes.
Because the anypercent.com is like $5,000.
Yeah, it was like a
Someone's just sitting on
$7,000
it.
domain.
every time you say anypercent.com, I'll just put big letters.
Yeah,
Any
cast.
Anypercent.com.
Yeah, okay, great. That works for me. All right, fellas, I think that's all she wrote. Thanks again.
Yep.
Goodbye.